one of the questions, you were recently on Reddit doing an AMA, thousands of questions, and you graciously spent a long time there. And of course, everyone wanted to know about myth that you didn't get to bust. And you gave some examples, but the one that I'm really intrigued about is where you want to punk a duck by pretending to be an orange.
No. So it's an American Indian hunting myth, and we had trouble finding the origin of this. I just remember hearing it years ago, and it went on my list. Apparently, if you want to hunt ducks, a great method is to float pumpkins in a duck pond so that the ducks become acclimatized to pumpkins floating around them. Then when you're hungry for duck, you put a pumpkin on your head, presumably with a couple of eye holes in it, and you swim up to the ducks, and they don't even notice that you're coming up to them because it's just another pumpkin. According to a friend of mine who is a hunter, you can really literally grab the duck by its feet and pull it under, and the ducks around it won't notice that something's wrong. Now, to be clear, we weren't going to do that specific thing on television. We're not going to harm ducks or drown them or abuse them. But I was going to go up in a pumpkin and catch a duck, and unfortunately, we had to eliminate that story at the end of the last season.
Okay, but there is Stowe Lake here in San Francisco.
Yeah, no, there's Stowe Lake, there's Lake Merritt down there by the zoo. There's a bunch of places that we were thinking about filming this. And we actually, we had a duck pond over in the East Bay, I believe, that we had been allowed to film at. I went all the way to building a remote control pumpkin to be used as a camera platform so that the cameraman could get up close to the action. But one of the things that happens sometimes is when things go wrong with a story, it's very right for us editorially. So we had a couple of stories in the last season go horribly wrong, but that meant that we got an extra like 6 or 7 minutes of screen time out of each of those stories. And that extra screen time meant that we had to eliminate one of our smaller stories, and that was my duck hunting myth.
All right, so we're going to have to wait for that in the future.
Someday I'll get to it.
And your pumpkin platform camera.
Yeah.
I can see massive application in the world to that.